Welcome to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy. Now here's your host, Tim McMahon.
I am a Jedi, like my father before me.
My week of listener-submitted topics continues. Today's question comes from Hector Rios Jr., who asked me on Facebook, how come Anakin is able to become a Force ghost? Well, that's easy. It's because it was the will of George Lucas. Okay, I'm sorry, that's a flippant answer, and I know that's not what Hector was looking for, I'm sure. This was actually a hard question, one I hadn't given as much thought to as I probably should have by now. So it's time to come up with my very own fan theory. Now, I do enjoy a good fan theory from time to time, especially when speculating on upcoming films, but more often than not, I just kind of dismiss them. My typical reaction is, yeah, that's cool, bro, but yeah, no, go away. I can't say that I really have many of my own, so let's see if I can do this today. After much thought, I came to the conclusion that there are 3 factors that allowed Anakin to become a Force ghost. The first and biggest factor was Luke Skywalker himself, specifically Luke's strength in the Force. Here, let me explain. While we haven't seen this in the new canon yet, in the old expanded universe, the post-Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker was one of the most powerful Jedi of all time. With that characterization of Luke in mind, I say that by the end of Return of the Jedi, Luke is probably a lot more powerful in the Force than we realize. Let me backtrack for a moment. Some believe that Force ghosts can only appear to those strong in the Force, and I like this idea. So let's look at Luke and his history with Force ghosts. In A New Hope, Luke can only hear the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi at the end of the film. In The Empire Strikes Back, when Luke first sees old Ben's ghost, Ben is fuzzy, rather foggy, floating in the falling snow of Hoth. Later in that film, on Dagobah, after training with Yoda, Kenobi can be seen by Luke in much greater detail. And then again, when Luke goes back to the swamp planet in Return of the Jedi, Ben is even clearer to him. So, as you can see, as Luke grows stronger, so does his ability to interact with Force ghosts. Luke's defeat of Darth Vader is his final step to becoming a true Jedi, according to Ben and Yoda. And while Luke did not kill Vader as he was told he needed to do, he saved his father through love and forgiveness. And I think this, Luke's love for his father, is the second factor that allowed Anakin to become a Force ghost. I believe that in the same way that hate fuels a Sith, love can fuel a Jedi. Luke's love for his father makes him even stronger in the Force. Quick tangent here, Obi-Wan said that Vader killed Anakin from a certain point of view. So maybe the same could be said for Luke. Maybe he did kill Darth Vader, which allowed Anakin Skywalker to be reborn. From a certain point of view. Okay, back on topic. Anyway, to have Luke growing strong in the Force, becoming a Jedi by using love instead of his saber, and redeeming his father, all of this combined forming a bond between the two men in the Force. A bond so strong that when Anakin died, he did not instantly become one with the Force. Maybe they were tied together at this point, or maybe Luke's strength in the Force allowed him to hold on to his father. Either way works for me, you get the idea. And finally, we then move on to the third factor, and to be honest, this part feels a little weak to me, I'm just kind of guessing. But maybe before Anakin dissipated into the Force, for lack of a better description, maybe his old friends Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda were able to grab onto him and show him how to maintain his form. I've come up with an analogy to explain all of this. Think of it this way, Anakin dying is like a man floating in the ocean. Luke's love and power is as if someone threw him a flotation vice. This prevents him from slipping under the surface and disappearing forever. And then Obi-Wan and Yoda, who are also in the ocean of death with him, but are standing in the shallows near the shore, are able to grab onto the rope attached to Luke's flotation device and pull him back in. So there you go, the combination of these 3 factors, Luke's strength in the Force, Luke's love for his father, and the help of Ben and Yoda, all work together to allow Anakin to come back as a Force ghost. So that's my fan theory. What do you think? Now, I have to tell you, I am extremely happy that Hector didn't ask me why Anakin came back looking young, where the other guys were still old. There's just no explanation for that. Okay, so tell me, how horrible was my fan theory? I'm curious to know what you think. Email me at 12parsecs@gmail.com or connect with me on any of my social media accounts. All the links can be found on my website, 12parsecs.podcast.com. Thanks for listening. Utini!
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
You've been listening to Less Than 12 Parsecs, the fastest Star Wars podcast in the galaxy, part of the expanded Fandomverse network of shows. For links and show notes, visit our website, 12parsecsPodcast.com. Follow Less Than 12 Parsecs on Twitter at 12parpod, on Instagram at 12parsecsPodcast, on Tumblr at 12parsecsPodcast, and find us on Facebook as well. And please let us know what you think. Email us at 12parsekspodcast@gmail.com. Welcome to